All right, get ready, because today we're going to really dive deep
Oh,
in-
into
into Hairstrong. And this is a company that is trying to make everyone think
Hairstrong. Interesting.
that it's possible to have a better hair scrunchie.
Okay.
And not just like, a little bit better, but like premium priced,
Yeah.
solve all your hair problems better.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So can they actually pull it off?
Yeah.
That is the question we are going to answer.
I like it.
We have this incredible business case study.
Okay.
It just lays everything out about Hairstrong.
Yeah.
Like their products, their marketing challenges, their whole entire journey.
So it really gets into what it takes
Yes.
to build a brand in a market
Yes.
where there's so much competition. Like,
Exactly.
how many different hair scrunchies are out there?
Oh my gosh.
Have you seen the opposite?
I can't even think.
Oh.
From the drugstore,
Oh, yeah.
you get those huge multi-packs, to the like fancy silk ones
You got the ones at Sephora.
at Sephora.
Yeah.
So how does Hairstrong break through all that noise and convince people to spend more money?
That is the question, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to try to figure out.
I know.
And it really starts with, understanding their story.
Yeah.
This wasn't some big
Chris.
corporation. This was a student, a kinesiology student,
Yeah.
Nicole Baranowski,
Okay.
and she was a varsity athlete
Wow.
working multiple jobs.
Oh my goodness.
And she just got so frustrated
Yeah.
with always having to fix her hair
I can relate.
when she was working out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah. Like in college,
Yeah.
trying to squeeze a workout in between classes, it was always like my ponytail was always slipping out. I
Yeah.
mean, it was such a mess.
Yeah, that kind of problem where you just have a personal frustration
Right.
and it sparks a business idea. That's what we're seeing here.
Yeah.
And get this, Hairstrong was actually started
Okay.
as a class project.
From a class project to a real business.
Yeah.
Wow. That is amazing.
Turning tangled hair into hair ties, right?
I love it. Love it.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And it's a smart move that they trademarked their brand name.
Oh.
I mean, you think about it, that helps them stand out.
Right.
And it builds recognition.
Yeah.
And they can't patent the scrunchy design. Like, you can't patent a scrunchie.
Right. Right.
But they're thinking ahead about their brand,
Right.
which is important in this type of market.
Okay. So they have the brand.
Yeah.
They have the great origin story.
Yeah.
But what about the actual products?
Right, the products.
So walk us through the Hairstrong product line.
They have three main types: the original Strong Band, the Extra Tough Strong Band, and the Nano Tough Strong Band.
So they are really trying to hit all the different
Right.
hair types and styles and preferences.
And they also have different colors. And they've got seasonal colors too.
Oh, wow. Got to keep it fresh. Got to keep it fresh.
Yeah, so they're really trying to hit all those different preferences, which is good.
That's a good strategy.
But the big question is, can all this translate into serious revenue?
Yeah.
So where is Hairstrong financially right now?
They are making about $90,000 a year.
Okay.
Which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
For a company that started
Yeah, as a class project.
as a class project.
That is awesome.
Yeah. But Baranowski,
Okay.
she has bigger plans.
Okay.
She wants to double the revenue
Wow.
and increase profit by $40,000.
Oh my gosh.
So she wants Hairstrong to be her full-time job.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Wow. So she's trying to double the revenue and
Yeah.
increase profits by $40,000.
It's ambitious.
That is a huge climb.
It is.
It's a lot.
It requires some strategic thinking
Yeah.
about all kinds of things. Distribution, promotion.
Yeah. So if you were Baranowski, where would you even begin?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you even sell hair scrunchies these days?
Yeah.
Do you, go online?
Okay, so there are a few options. They have their own website,
Okay.
and it's built on Shopify.
Okay.
That is bringing in 55% of their sales.
Wow. So they are seeing success already
Yeah.
with these direct-to-consumer sales.
They have a direct connection with customers.
Yeah.
They can control the brand experience, build those relationships, and get really valuable feedback.
That is huge.
But, there are trade-offs.
Yep.
They are paying fees to Shopify,
Right.
which can eat into profits,
Okay, yeah.
especially as they grow.
So maybe expanding to other platforms would help them.
Yeah. What about those big online companies?
Oh, yeah, like
Amazon, Etsy?
are those options?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Amazon offers huge reach.
Yeah.
You could reach millions of customers, right? But they have really high seller fees,
Oh.
and it can be hard to stand out.
Yeah. You don't want to get lost in the scrunchy sea.
Right.
So you got to think about that.
Okay, so what about Etsy?
Etsy, yeah.
They seem to have that,
Yeah.
like, handmade, unique,
Yeah.
premium maybe vibe.
Yeah, it's the question of,
Yeah.
does Hairstrong's brand align with Etsy?
Yeah.
Do they fit in there?
Right.
They'd have to do some research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're already in some small retail stores.
They are, yeah.
Could they try to, like, scale that up?
Yeah, maybe partner with some bigger chains.
Okay, yeah.
Get those scrunchies into, like, a Target or
Yeah.
a Walmart.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine seeing Hairstrong
Yeah.
right by the checkout line.
Oh, yeah.
But again, trade-offs.
Okay.
Sharing profits with retailers, potentially losing control
Yeah.
of how their products are presented.
And maybe they lose, like, a little bit of their exclusive feel
Yeah.
if they're everywhere.
Right. If you can get it anywhere.
Yeah, it's a tough call.
It is.
So are there any other distribution channels they're looking at?
Yeah. Well, they could work with a distributor,
Okay.
and basically someone else would handle
Oh, okay.
all the logistics, getting those scrunchies into the stores,
Yeah.
managing inventory, all of that.
Well, that sounds nice.
Yeah. Baranowski would be free to focus on
Right.
other aspects of the business.
Yeah. But I bet there are some
Oh, yeah.
downsides to that.
There always are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd lose some of those direct relationships with retailers.
Yeah.
They'd have to factor in the distributor's markup,
Right.
potentially cutting into profits.
Right.
And again, that question of brand alignment.
Right.
Will the distributor really understand
Yeah.
that there's a fair house?
Okay, so we have got online,
Yeah.
retail, distributors.
Mm.
Are we missing any other
One more. Trade shows.
trade shows?
Yeah.
So much potential for networking,
Yeah.
meeting buyers,
Mm-hmm.
getting to show off the product.
Yeah, you get that direct interaction with
Yeah.
potential customers and retailers.
Yeah.
But trade shows
Yeah.
can be expensive and
Yeah.
time-consuming.
Yeah, they're a lot of work.
Yeah, you have booth fees, travel costs, all of that.
Right, and then the actual time spent at the event.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
the return on investment can really vary.
Right,
It depends on the trade show.
right,
Choosing the right ones.
right, where their people are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And even then, it's not like a guarantee of sales.
right.
It's more about building those relationships,
Yeah.
planting seeds, generating some leads.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of options
They do.
and a lot of pros and cons to consider.
Yeah.
It's like a big puzzle figuring out the best strategy.
It is.
But figuring out where to sell
Yeah.
is only part of it.
Right.
They also need to figure out how to get people excited
Yeah.
to buy these scrunchies.
Right.
And that's where the next big challenge comes in. Promotion.
Yeah.
How do they get the word out?
Uh-huh.
How do they convince people to choose their scrunchies over all the others?
Right.
What a hair-raising dilemma.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the good news is they have a lot of options for promotion.
Okay, so let's break it down.
Yeah.
Online advertising. What are the pros and cons
Right.
of the different platforms?
Well, Instagram is all about visuals.
Okay.
You know, those bright, eye-catching pictures.
Yeah.
Maybe some videos showing how those scrunchies stay in place when you are working out.
Right.
Even some stylish lifestyle shots.
Okay.
They can really use Instagram to create that, like, aspirational feel, you know?
Right. Instagram has that.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm cool and stylish vibe.
Yeah.
But how do you actually measure
Mm.
if a campaign on Instagram is working?
Right. How do you know if it's successful?
Yeah.
So they have these different advertising models,
Okay.
like cost per click, where you pay each time someone clicks, or a cost per impression,
Okay.
where you pay based on how many times the ad is shown,
Got it.
even if they don't click.
Okay, so cost per click
Yeah.
is about driving traffic to the website.
Yeah, driving traffic.
And cost per impression is more about
Yeah.
brand awareness.
Just getting the name out there.
Okay.
So those are some of the choices they have to make.
Decisions.
Yeah.
And what about Google Ads?
Google Ads,
How do those work?
those are all about keywords.
Okay.
So, you know, someone is searching for, like,
Okay.
best hair scrunchies for working out or non-slip hair ties.
Mm-hmm.
Hairstrong's ad can pop up at the top of those results.
So it's all about capturing those customers who are ready to buy right now.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Those high-intent customers.
But didn't Baranowski have some concerns about managing all this?
Yeah, she's mentioned feeling a little overwhelmed by, like, the technical side of it all.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's a lot.
It can be a steep learning curve.
Yeah.
You have to target the right people,
Yeah.
set bids, analyze data.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
So maybe they could hire someone to manage it. Or maybe there are simpler options.
Maybe. So, influencer marketing.
Ooh, influencer marketing.
That's a really powerful way to
Yeah.
reach a targeted audience.
Yeah, everyone is doing that.
Yeah.
But how would that work for, like, a scrunchie company?
Well, imagine them partnering with a fitness influencer.
Oh, okay.
Someone with a large following of, like, yoga enthusiasts or
Right.
runners.
Okay.
So this influencer would show off Hairstrong's scrunchies in their workout.
Right.
Talk about how they love them, how well they hold their hair, how stylish they look.
Okay, yeah, so like a yoga instructor
Yeah.
using it during a class or something.
Right.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
It's all about that, like, authentic alignment
Yeah.
between the influencer and the brand.
Right.
You know, people trust recommendations from people they follow,
Right.
especially if it fits into their lifestyle.
Yeah, totally.
But there's a difference between, you know, those huge influencers
Okay.
and micro influencers.
Right, the micro versus macro, what's
Yeah.
the trade-off there?
So the micro influencers,
Okay.
they usually have a smaller following,
Okay.
but their engagement rates are higher.
Oh, okay.
The audience is more likely to trust them
Interesting.
because it feels more personal.
That's a good point.
And they're also typically more affordable.
Okay, so if Hairstrong is going for that
Yeah.
authenticity and community vibe,
Right.
the micro influencers would be a better choice.
It might be a good fit.
Okay, but what about those, like,
Yeah.
huge influencers with millions of followers?
You know, that might be good
Yeah.
if they want to reach a really broad audience.
Right.
But it's going to cost a lot more.
Yeah.
And you have to make sure that the audience actually aligns with
Right.
Hairstrong's customer.
Yeah.
You don't want to be paying a bunch of money
Right.
to reach people who aren't going to buy your product.
Right. You want to reach the right people.
Yeah.
It's all about finding that sweet spot
It is.
between budget, authenticity, and reach.
You got it.
Okay. And speaking of budget, what about affiliate marketing?
Affiliate marketing.
I remember that Hairstrong has already been doing a little bit of that.
Yeah, they have.
So how does that work?
Basically, you partner with other businesses or people
Okay.
that have an audience
Okay.
that, aligns with your target market,
Uh-huh.
and they promote your product.
Okay.
You pay them a commission for every sale.
So it's like having a bunch of salespeople.
Like-
You only pay them when they actually sell something.
That's right.
Sounds pretty good.
It can be a really smart strategy,
Yeah.
especially for a smaller business.
Okay.
It's low risk. You can expand your reach,
Mhm.
but you are giving up some
Yeah.
control of the brand messaging. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and you have to be really careful
Yeah.
about who you partner with.
Right.
You know, you don't want to be associated with
Right.
somebody that doesn't share your values.
Right.
You don't want to damage your brand.
Great. It could be a PR nightmare.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we have talked about online advertising,
Yep.
influencer marketing, affiliate marketing.
Mhm.
Those are all online strategies.
Yeah.
Are there any offline strategies?
They could try some traditional advertising.
Ooh. Okay, like what?
Billboards, magazine ads, sponsoring events.
I like it. A little bit of retro marketing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, going old school.
So how would that work for a brand like Hairstrong?
Well, billboards can be really good
Yeah.
for targeting like a specific area.
Okay.
So imagine a billboard
Okay.
near a popular gym
Okay. Yeah.
or a yoga studio,
Uh-huh.
and it just has a really catchy slogan
Okay.
and a really strong image
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
of, you know, someone using a Hairstrong scrunchy
Okay, and what about magazine ads?
magazine ads. Yeah,
Are those still a thing?
they are.
Yeah.
And they're good for reaching a specific type of customer.
Huh?
You know, think about those fitness magazines or
Mhm.
those lifestyle publications
Yeah.
that their target customer might be reading.
Yeah, so it's all about targeting those
Yeah.
niche publications
Yeah.
where the customer already is.
Exactly.
Yeah, and sponsoring events, what kind of events would make sense for them?
A 5K,
Oh,
a yoga festival,
yeah.
maybe even those obstacle courses that are
Yeah.
really popular.
Yeah, totally.
They could have a booth, hand out some
Yeah.
samples,
Right.
maybe offer a discount code.
Yeah, I like it.
You know, get in front of those fitness enthusiasts.
Yeah.
And sponsoring athletes.
Visiting athletes, yeah.
Yeah, imagine them partnering with
Yeah.
like a local running club or a group of CrossFit athletes.
Right.
They could be brand ambassadors.
Yeah.
Wearing those scrunchies during competitions.
Oh.
You know, it doesn't have to be this huge financial investment.
Right.
You could start small partner with up and coming athletes.
Yeah, I like it. They have a lot to think about,
They do.
online and offline.
So many possibilities.
Yeah, it's like this big marketing machine.
Yes.
With all these different gears,
Yeah.
and you're trying to figure out how to
Right. It's all about
get them all to work
it's
together.
coordinating it all.
Yeah.
It's exciting to see
Yeah.
a company like Hairstrong trying all these different things.
Right.
They're not afraid to experiment and
Yeah.
try new things.
I mean, that's what entrepreneurship is all about, right?
It is
Yeah.
trying new things, adapting,
Yeah,
taking risks.
totally.
And speaking of adapting,
Yes.
we have to talk about pricing.
Ooh, pricing.
Yeah, the big
The
question.
eternal question?
Yeah, do you go high or do you go low?
Wait.
Premium brand.
Yeah.
Or try to attract more customers.
Yeah.
You know, for Hairstrong, it's a little more complicated
Yeah.
because they're already priced higher
Right.
than most of their competitors.
Okay.
So do they double down on that premium image or do they adjust their pricing?
That is a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Because, I mean, they've established themselves as
Yeah.
like, this
Yeah.
better scrunchy.
Right, right.
But can they really charge even more?
It's all about balance. You
Yeah.
know, increasing prices, that could make people think,
Yeah.
oh, this is luxury, this is exclusive.
Right.
But it could also make some people think, oh,
Right.
I'll just go with the cheaper option.
Right.
So they have to find that sweet
Right.
spot.
Is there like a magical formula for pricing?
I wish
Yeah.
there is no magic formula.
Oh, man.
It's really all about understanding the customer,
Yeah.
your brand, your goals. And sometimes you
Yeah.
have to experiment a little
Yeah.
to find the right price.
Right. So we've covered distribution,
Yeah.
promotion, and pricing.
Yeah,
Hairstrong has a lot to figure out,
they do.
but they can't just stand still.
Right.
They need to keep moving,
They got to keep going.
innovating, adapting,
Yeah, you got to keep adapting.
stay ahead of the game.
Yeah, and that's what makes this deep dive
Yeah.
so fascinating.
Yeah.
It's not just about hair scrunchies.
Right.
This is about entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
It's about the hustle, the learning, the adapting.
Right.
That's how you build a business these days.
And honestly, we're all rooting for Baranowski,
We are.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like she's got this great idea,
She's got the passion.
this passion, and she's working so hard.
It's inspiring to see
Yeah, it is.
someone like her
Yeah.
pursuing her dream,
Yeah.
facing these challenges head on.
I can't wait to see what she does next.
I know, me too.
So stay tuned for the last part of our Hairstrong deep dive,
Okay.
where we're going to look at some really innovative marketing strategies and connect this case study
Yeah,
to the bigger picture
yeah.
of entrepreneurship in today's world.
It's going to be good.
As we've been talking about Hairstrong's challenges, I've noticed that we've really been focusing on
Yeah.
those traditional marketing strategies.
It's true. We've been talking about
Right, like the
websites, retail partnerships, billboards,
billboards, all that.
all the classic.
The classics.
It's a very specific approach.
Yeah, and it made me think that there's like this
Yeah.
whole other world of marketing that we haven't really touched on.
Right.
What about all those online communities?
You're thinking about the power of connection, right?
Yeah, like, and user-generated content.
Yeah. User-generated content.
Like, that's huge these days.
It is. People really trust
Yeah,
recommendations from people they know.
especially for products like this,
But-
where it's so personal.
Yeah, it's tied to your style,
Yeah.
your fitness routine.
Exactly.
So instead of just using ads,
Right,
Hairstrong could encourage their actual customers.
right. Get real people to share
Yeah.
their experience.
Share your stories.
Yeah, and I think that could be super powerful.
It could.
Like, imagine seeing someone you follow on Instagram
Yeah.
talking about how much they love their Hairstrong scrunchie.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it stays in place when they're doing yoga.
And it's authentic.
Right.
It's real.
Real people.
Yeah, it builds trust in a way
Yeah.
that traditional advertising just can't.
I know, it's like free marketing.
Well, kinda.
Yeah.
You still have to put in the effort.
Right, you have to build that community.
Yeah, to build the community.
Right.
But it's worth it.
So what could Hairstrong do?
They could create a hashtag, encourage customers to share their stories,
Yeah.
maybe offer discounts,
Oh, yeah.
run contests
That's a good idea.
to really get people involved.
So they're turning their customers into,
Yeah.
like, brand ambassadors.
Exactly. Spreading the word organically.
Yeah, and they could even take it a step further
Oh,
and collaborate with, like,
Okay.
fitness influencers, athletes.
People who already have
Yeah, who already have the
strong online communities.
communities built.
Yeah, that's smart.
So they're tapping into, like,
Yeah.
existing
They'll
community.
expand their reach.
Right, and connecting with those customers.
Yeah, more genuine connection.
Yeah, in a more authentic way.
Yeah, imagine partnering with like a yoga instructor
Okay.
who really loves Hairstrong scrunchies
Yeah.
and uses them in their classes and on their social media.
It's not just about
Fun.
shouting your message anymore.
It's not about yelling.
No,
It's about,
it's about inviting people in,
yeah,
making them part of the story.
creating a community.
Yes. And that brings us back to you, the listener.
Yes.
You. What do you think about all this?
What are your thoughts?
After hearing all of this about Hairstrong,
Yeah.
What do you think about the challenges of growing a business?
What would you do?
Would you pay more for a better hair scrunchie?
Yeah.
What would make
What
you...
would convince you?
Yeah, what would make you spend that extra money?
And which strategy
Which
do you
strategies?
think would work best?
Yeah.
For Hairstrong.
So many options.
I know, we have talked about so many.
We...
But I think one thing is clear.
What's that?
Hairstrong can't just sit around
No. They can't.
and wait for things to happen.
They got to keep moving.
Yeah, they have to keep moving,
Yeah.
keep innovating, keep adapting.
Yeah, the market is constantly changing.
Right.
You got to stay ahead of the curve.
And I think Hairstrong's story
Yeah.
shows us that entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
it's not just about selling something.
It's more than that.
It's about solving problems,
It's about helping people. Yeah, building relationships.
making a difference.
Yeah, making it different.
I love that.
And we're all rooting for Baranowski.
We are.
Right, yeah.
She's amazing.
She has this passion,
She's got the drive.
this drive, and she's working so hard.
I can't wait to see what she does next.
So think about the brands you love,
Yeah.
why you love them,
Think about what makes them special.
what makes them stand out.
How do they make you feel?
Yeah,
It's usually more than just the product itself.
it's the whole experience.
Yeah, the story, the community.
Yeah, the feeling.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us
Yes, thank you.
for this deep dive into the world of Hairstrong.
It's been a journey.
It has been a journey.
Yeah.
We hope you learned something
I hope you got some good insights.
about building a brand.
It's a challenging world out there.
It is, but
It's exciting.
it is exciting.
Yeah, so keep exploring, keep asking questions.
Yeah.
And keep diving deep.
Keep diving deep.